Hey guys, All in Crypto here, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for another YouTube video. In this one, we're going to be talking about the Quant Network and, of course, the major announcement that happened yesterday in regards to the Overledger platform officially launching. This opens up the Quant Network to the small to medium enterprise and to the kind of retail world. Now, we will look at this. We're going to look at the significance of it. We're going to be actually playing a clip from Gilbert Verdian himself talking about what's actually going on here, not just with Quant Network, but with blockchain and how there is a rare opportunity upon us. In my mind, I see no reason to not own even a small amount of Quant because you are potentially looking at a major player in tomorrow's financial world. And we're going to be talking about all that as well in this video. So if that sounds good, strap yourselves in. Don't forget to smash that like button and leave me a comment as I'm going through this video with your thoughts, concerns, whatever it may be. Without further ado, guys, let's get into the video. And let's start things off with the announcement that took place yesterday. It's a big day for Quant Network. Very proud of all the team who have worked so hard and for so long on this. Today, we launched the Overledger platform. It makes the same enterprise-grade technology that has underpinned our projects with institutional and central bank customers to date accessible to large enterprises, SMEs, small to medium enterprises, and developers for the first time. This is our way of encouraging mass adoption of technology that I believe will prove transformative, not just to the financial sector, but the world's economy. This is absolutely big news. And this, of course, was from, and this only came out yesterday, guys, the Quant website. Quant launches the Overledger platform. Today, we unveil Overledger platform, making the same enterprise-grade technologies that has underpinned our projects with institutional and central banks available to retail, essentially. It then talks about a number of other things. We know that, of course, the infrastructure used in Project Rosalind, the Bank of England and Bank of International Settlements retail CBDC project, available to all via software as service. Overledger platform makes the same enterprise-grade technology, the same interoperability core, the same secure smart contract, and the same issuance secure bridging and atomic settlement functionality that have underpinned Quant's projects with institutions and central banks customers today, accessible to large enterprises, so on and so forth. So we are kind of repeating it here. Overledger platform is a game changer for anyone that wants to build a business in the blockchain ecosystem. And it absolutely is. So now is a good time for me to recap. So over the past 2 years, we've mentioned Quant potentially a handful of times. And there's a number of things that have led up to us mentioning it more on this channel. And one of those things is, first of all, you guys know that I like blockchain projects that do things differently. Quant is exactly that. It is an operating system that sits on top of the crypto space that acts as a bridge to the institutional world. Through one interface, they can gain access to the entire crypto space. So they are seeking to become an operating system that allows accessibility to the cryptocurrency space through the Overledger. And essentially, we have already seen a big uptick in institutions actually choosing to use Quant. Some of the largest, like the very issuer of fiat currencies in the UK, the Bank of International Settlements. We've seen them partner with Amazon, MasterCard, the Bank of Canada, a wide array of partnerships. You know, I really think that Quant is in a good position. And when I look at Quant, is there any reason to not own Quant? You could maybe say that the Quant Foundation have, or the Quant Network have 1/3 of the tokens. Quite a few other blockchain projects do. Maybe there's some other downsides. But even a small amount as a hedge, because ultimately Quant, and this is a call for, and this is not financial advice, just my own thoughts. I don't see a reason, if you can afford it, not to own one Quant, because I think it's actually going to be and has the potential to be a massive project and a key player in tomorrow's financial world. And we're already seeing the signs of that. And actually, we'll look at a clip from Gilbert Verdian talking about this in a little bit more detail. Then we'll maybe go over to the price chart. The Digital Pound Foundation also mentioned this, which I found very, very interesting. Project Rosalind, the Bank of England, and Bank for International Settlements retail CBDC project was underpinned by the Overledger platform. Today, Quant announces the platform is now available to all via software. So these guys have some serious traction. Again, I think it's a brilliant idea having it. I mean, if you think about how the world's going to connect with blockchain, right? Quant eliminates a lot of the barriers. Blockchain, in order to become mass adopted, has to be easy to use. And that's kind of what Quant's doing for institutions and now more broadly. And actually, if you look at the fact that if you want to use the Quant network, you need to pay in the Quant token, you're potentially going to see quite an influx of demand for Quant coming to the forefront. So we are actually fans of Quant. We think Quant is definitely a chosen blockchain. We think if you look at Gilbert's background, he's a very well-positioned guy in regards to where he's worked previously, his connections, his voluntary work with the Fed, with the Bank of International Settlements, with the ISO standards, which they reckon all large transactions, about 80% of them globally through fiat, will be done by. There's a whole load of things that add up. And again, is there any reason for you not to own a small amount of Quant? I don't believe so. I understand some people don't want to be too diversified, but I genuinely think that Quant is a very interesting project. It's a different project, which is a huge merit for me, and I think it's going to do quite well. Let's move on to a clip of Gilbert actually talking about Quant, talking about interoperability, the digital pound, and how there's this real opportunity here that doesn't come around often in regards to a change to the financial system, that Quant is, I believe, going to be quite a key player certainly in regards to institution. TradFi meets the crypto space. So let's go ahead and play this, and we'll end on a few thoughts.
Thank you, Jenna. I think it's a very good question and a topical one, because it's one of the areas that needs looking at and solving today, so it's ready for tomorrow, because interoperability is one of the key components of mainstream use, and it is quite broad. So I think the first thing is, the global financial system works. We're not here to turn it off and start again. I think one of the things we need to consider is interoperating and integrating the existing financial systems and the RTGS systems, settlement systems, banking systems that we have in place to be able to work with DLT and blockchain type of payment systems. So the first thing is, let's extend the capabilities of our existing financial system to be able to talk decentralization, blockchain, and DLT to have better use cases and help with that evolution of money. The other consideration we need to look at is, if we're going to do that, and especially with the wholesale versus retail scenario, security is quite important, because national payment systems are deemed national critical infrastructure. I mean, they're critical to running economies. If they collapse, we have huge impact to countries. So what we do today in payment systems need to also evolve to help with digital assets, CBDCs, and DLT types of payment systems as well. And then finally, when we're creating a digital asset as a CBDC, with every other technology before us, we haven't all used the same version as everyone else. Everyone needs flexibility, everyone needs an agnostic approach to it. And so we need to allow participants to the interbank network, which is usually going to be the wholesale interbank network, to bring their own DLT, which are the commercial banks, and for them to run digital assets in terms of wholesale or retail CBDCs that can work across the different types of technology stacks, but also across the different types of borders as well. So doing all of this is quite complex, and a good way to go ahead as an industry is to create standards and follow that and work together. I think there's a great and enormous opportunity to transform the financial system. It doesn't come often; it's every 30 years or so, and having standards-based approach is kind of a right way to allow everyone to bring the best of their expertise around governance, legal, cybersecurity, technology, etc. So we can all have standards that can actually work for the technology that we're building together.
Interesting, right? Very interesting indeed. Again, amazing opportunity that crypto is going to be a part of in regards to the entire financial system being changed. He's talking about the kind of more so intra-bank global payment side of things, but actually this is just one aspect that crypto is revolutionizing. We're not even talking, and we haven't even really spoken yet. We did a video on XDC actually looking at this about the tokenization of everything. It's time to get excited, guys. And actually, Quant yesterday marked a really big day in regards to their Overledger platform and now being accessible to everyone. This is potentially going to bring a huge wave of users in for Quant. And there's reasons to do so. Certainly already their connections with the institutions. If it's good enough for them, it's good enough for others, and so on and so forth. So on that note, we're really going to love and leave you. We may do a price analysis video on Quant if anybody wants one. I must say it's been significantly less weak. This does not look like a standard typical crypto chart. And there's some interesting structure on here potentially forming that I may cover if anybody's interested. And we can actually bring XRP and prior fractals and stuff in for that. So let me know in the comment section. On that note, guys, I'm going to love and leave you. If you've enjoyed the content, like is appreciated. So as a comment, it was just a short and sweet one, as it did a Wednesday from me. Thanks a lot for watching. See you in the next one.